Hey Terry, Demetrius here. So this is a quick video I told you I'd put together for you. And so what I did is I typed in Plumber San Juan Capistrano, and you'll notice here that at the top of the page there's some guys running some sponsored ads, Google ads, right? And it's Bill Metzger, Same Day Plumbing, and then down below, what's this? 866 My Family Plumber. And these guys are actually in Marietta, so I don't know why they kind of get some wrong stuff going on there if they're targeting San Juan Capistrano and they're all the way in Marietta. But anyway, so with these, right, these guys running ads, they essentially are turning on the faucet running ads. But with ads, if you decide you want to stop paying for ads, those leads that you're getting go bye-bye, right? And so I wanted to talk about how to essentially keep the faucet running 24/7, right? And so I'm going to get into that. So as we scroll down, you notice even Roto-Rooter running some Google ads, right? But we come down and we have right here, this is known as the map pack. And this is some prime real estate here, because roughly 7 out of 10 people that are looking for any particular service usually stop here, right? And just from your own consumer research and whatnot, how often do you stop in this area when you're looking for a particular service, right? And what's your thought process there, right? Probably going to check out reviews. If these guys are showing up in this space, they probably know what they're doing, etc., right? And most people think that way. And so they're more likely to call your business, right? Hopefully business is listed here, which you guys are, I see you're in this top spot here, which is awesome. You get a gold star, right? And I'm not talking about a review star, but you get a gold star for showing up, and you guys have a decent amount of reviews compared to the other competitors in this space, right? And so that's great. So I won't get into this too much because you guys are already here, so I don't need to elaborate on the map pack. But just know that it is sending you a decent amount of business just by being in this space. Again, like I said, because 7 out of 10 people are stopping there. Next, though, I want to talk about is the organic listings, and those are these spaces here, and those are businesses that have ranked their web page through SEO, right? Search engine optimization. And so really Google, it's like an open book test, right? And you can go in and see what your competitors are doing and essentially mimic what they're doing to not only achieve but hopefully exceed their results, right? Because the name of the game, you want to do better than your competition, not just meet them head on, right? And so we can go in and take a peek and see what the competition's doing, and and then that'll give us some ideas on what needs to be done in order to to start competing with these guys. And so since success leaves clues, right, let's go in and take a look at Barker and Sons. Since these guys are the first local business here that shows up, right? Because Yelp is, it's a directory listing. Angie also, a lead source. So we'll take a look at Baker and Sons and see what these guys are doing and see if there's anything we can extrapolate out of there to add on to Blue Water. So let's dig in. So my initial overview of these guys, right, is they obviously serve multiple locations. And first thing of that is that their page that's ranking for San Juan Capistrano is a service page, right? Most businesses, especially local businesses, rank their homepage first, right? So for me, this automatically looks, I'm like, oh man, these guys serve multiple locations, right? And as we scroll down, we can probably find other locations that they serve. But we'll see Anaheim, right? But that doesn't really matter at this point. I mean, With your business, you serve multiple locations, but usually, kind of your where you're headquartered is usually your homepage, right? But never mind that for now. So right off the bat, I see these guys have their phone call listed at the header, which is awesome because if people are looking for your service, they're already interested in what you have to offer. They need to know how to get a hold of you. And so having phone number at the top of the page is key. And most people now are searching from their phone. They're not even looking on desktop. And so having a fully functioning website that looks good and mobile, right, from your phone is key. They also mention the main keyword that they're going after, right? San Juan Capistrano plumber. Boom. So that is letting Google know, hey, these guys are, wanting to show up for plumbers that are in San Juan Capistrano. Next, again, they mention it again, plumber in San Juan Capistrano. So, just right off the bat, at the top of the page, that there's already some signs here, right? These guys are trying to rank for plumber in San Juan Capistrano. And that's key because you want to include the keywords that you're trying to rank for on your homepage, right? The next thing is content. You want to have authentic content on your page. And Google likes to usually see anywhere between minimum 750 words. Some of the projects and clients that I work with are upwards of 2,000 or more in in more competitive areas. Think of Los Angeles, Miami, Dallas, etc. Right? But you really want to explain the service that you offer in the location that you're targeting, right? And think of it like this, right? If I own an ice cream store and I sell ice cream, I don't need to tell people that I sell ice cream, right? But I want to explain why you should buy my ice cream, right? Why my ice cream is better than one of the competitors down the road, right? And so you notice here, these guys, they have a decent amount of content here, and then they have links going to their service pages, right? Which I'll get into that in a second. But you want to have content. Look at this, guys, have content. And that's key, right? Obviously, and they have some videos here, which is great because that's social proof, right? Along with the reviews. People want to see that because they want to see that, hey, these guys do good work. But you want content. Next, I'll kind of get into to these links here with the service pages. Now, every service that they offer, right, is its own page. Again, authentic content. And the more content you have, the more Google looks at you as the authority in your space, right? Because think of like Wikipedia, right? How often do you type in someone's name or something like that, and the first thing that pops up is Wikipedia? And it's because Wikipedia has this, basically repository of information where you can go and figure out what's what or who's who, right? And the same thing with your business, right? You want to be able to you want your website to essentially be that, right? The one-stop shop for plumbing or whatever services you offer in San Juan Capistrano. And so you look here, so these guys got drain cleaning, Orange County, sewer cleaning, and so on and so forth, right? And as a result, these guys are showing up in the top spot. And seeing as how they're showing up here for San Juan Capistrano, and this isn't their main location, I would be willing to guess that these guys probably show up in the top spots in some other areas as well, in addition to Anaheim, which is where they're centrally located, right? And so let's go and take a peek at your site. So right off the bat, got contact info right up top, which is great. San Juan Capistrano plumbing, good, but don't have much content, right? You maybe have, maybe 100 words total, and I mentioned you kind of need upwards of 750 or more, which, I mean, look at what these guys have, and they're probably flirting around at least 500, right? So the key is to do more than the competition, right? So if those guys have 500, we want to do 750. They got 750, we want to do 1,000. And you kind of get my drift there. But so you definitely need more content on the homepage and mention those keywords that you're trying to go after, right? San Juan Capistrano plumber, plumber in San Juan Capistrano, and things like that. Next thing is services, right? So again, like I mentioned, each service that you offer should be its own page, right? And so there's a ton of services that you offer, which is awesome. So that's opportunity to build these things out, right? And you essentially want to do the same thing with each of those service pages, right? Build the thing out with content. Backflow services, boom, in the particular area, right? San Juan Capistrano. Bathtub and shower repair at San Juan Capistrano, and build this thing out and make it, as elaborate as possible, so that when people go there, you essentially have all of this information where people can go to and look and be able to see all the different services you offer, right? Because in reality, you're building this thing not for the customer, you're building it for Google, right? The customer is going to go there as you build the thing out. And so you want more content. So you want each service that you offer to be its own page. And then the same thing with service areas, right? And so, if you're catering to, looks like over a dozen different markets, right? You're going to do the same thing there, right? Just like how these guys did, right? Because this is a sub page and they're ranking, right? And so they're stealing business away from you simply because you're not showing up, right? Yes, you're showing up here, but they're getting they're getting some of the fall off there just by showing up in that spot. And you can do the same thing, right? Last but not least, I want to talk about backlinks. And so backlinks are essentially votes to your site, but not all votes are created equal. And the best way to explain that is the more relevant the backlink, the more votes you're going to get to your site. And what I mean by that is if you're linking to, say, another sewer and drain or plumbing company in, Minneapolis or Kansas City, right, you're going to get more votes than you would if you were linking to, say, Pizza Hut, right, because you're not in the business of selling pizzas. And so, the more of those you can get, the better, right? And I'm sure you got some buddies or just colleagues in the biz in different areas to see if you can maybe get a link or maybe share, guys swap links or whatever, and that will help boost you up as well. And then last but not least, right, this is a snapshot of keywords that Barker and Sons is ranking for, right? And so a good way, kind of rule of thumb is, you figure that the top guys are going to get, roughly 30 to 40% of the hits for whatever particular keyword you're looking at, right? And so in this case, plumbers in San Juan Capistrano, that keyword or term, right, gets 90 hits a month of traffic just for that particular keyword. Not to their site, but when people search it, about 90 people a month are searching for that keyword. And of that 90, they're getting 17 of those hits to their website just for that keyword, right? And then you go in and you look at San Juan Capistrano plumber, 80 hits a month, they're getting 15, and so on and so forth. And so you start adding these up, and this is monthly, right? So 15, 17, 15, 15, these guys are getting, almost pushing upwards of 70, 80 hits a month. What does that look like for your business, right? As you start getting, now I'm not saying you're going to close 100%, but what if you close 20 or 30 percent out of the leads that come in, right? What does that do for your bottom line? And all of this, again, like I said about keeping the faucet running, right? That's not running ads, right? That's your own billboard, essentially. Because if your website isn't ranking, which yours is not currently, you essentially have a billboard on a dead end street and no one's seeing it. Fortunately for you, you got your GMB showing up in the map pack, and so that's bringing you some biz. But you could have the stuff that falls off, right? People that are kind of unsure, or the skeptics, right? Just because they see this, they're like, I don't know. Well, if you're showing up in the map pack and you're showing up at the top of organic, you boost up your chances even more from those that may not trust going with you just off the bat, just from seeing you show up in the map pack. So key takeaways here, right? More content, build out those pages, and backlinks. So hopefully is able to add a little bit of value there for you. If you kind of want some help in doing this, and kind of want to see what next steps look like, give me a shout. And hopefully I was able to help you out a little bit there. Thanks.